How is it going, boys and girls? It is I, Will, and I am back with another stream. I will confess, this was supposed to be an all originally, hypothetically, potentially, this was supposed to be an all Joshi stream. I was going to talk about update with Giulia. I was going to talk about Stardom, and maybe the New Japan show that Mercedes Monet is main eventing. But then NXT happened, and there was some stuff that was interesting, like, Trick Williams going to be the referee for the main event of, I'm assuming the main event of No Mercy, which will be Joe Hendry. It'll be the main event. Joe Hendry will be the main event, okay? He's going to be the main event referee of that match, Joe Hendry against Ethan Page. We had Rosemary popping up on the show, so some fun stuff, Fatal, what's the name of the damn group? Fatal Influence showed up. Okay, cool. But then there was a segment that had Jada Parker talking to what's her face, interviewer. I can't remember her name. No offense. Okay, can't remember your name. And Roxanne Perez walked up, sat down, started conducting the interview, talking shit like she usually does. And then Jada Parker said, "I'm gonna slap the taste out of your mouth." She's like, "Go ahead and do it." And she slapped her hard, so hard she left the damn chair, went to the ground. And then Jada Parker proceeded to cut a promo on somebody that was there, and that drew some speculation. Somebody was there. Jada Parker said what she said. She walked off. Roxanne Perez looked into the near distance and saw the person that was there, and it cut. And people were saying, "Oh, it might be Giulia, it might be Stephanie, it might be Delta." I've narrowed it down to 4 people. I know that's a small amount, right? No, it's not. 4 people it could be. And we'll break it down, and we'll see if we can come to a consensus about who it is, and if we can come to an agreement, or if we just don't know, and we should all just shut up and wait. With that being said, do me a favor, like the video. If you're watching this on replay, do me a favor and leave a comment and give me your thoughts. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Oh yeah, besides that, we're not just gonna be talking about that segment. I'm also gonna break down the tournament for the 5-star GP. I have been, I have a confession when it comes to the Joshi stands. I have a confession about Stardom. That'll be interesting. You won't want to miss that. I have a lot to say about Stardom and that tournament that I just witnessed over the last month. Has it been a month? Okay, anyway. And I'm going to give you an update on Giulia and what's going on that. So, but yeah. What's up, folks? Miss Parker, Rosemary is a star. Lyra will be fine. Yeah, she'll be fine. Lyra will be fine. Kiana James, but Lyra should be fine. I'm not worried about any of those folk. Any of those women, they're talented. They'll end up somewhere eventually. It just takes some time. Folks forget, Bianca Belair showed up in 2020, like WrestleMania. She didn't get like any type of spot or anything until she got drafted. Remember, she was off TV. She was doing nothing until she got drafted to SmackDown. So there was like a good 4 or 5 months where Bianca was doing nothing when she got called up. She was doing nothing. So there's precedence for this, so we should just probably just wait. All right, so let's talk about, again, we're going to talk about Stardom. We're going to talk about a little bit about Mario Gold, a little bit about that New Japan show with Mercedes Monet main eventing with Momo. But before that, let's talk about NXT, okay? So let's talk about that segment. So let's go ahead and just play. I'm going to play the audio from that segment. I can't show you the video because I'll get got by YouTube. But let me play the actual audio of that. I should be good with that. Let's see. Audio, the desktop audio is playing. Okay, let's see. Let me hear this.
But everybody else already knows that there's no one better than me.
They should be fine.
Roxanne, I'm gonna slap the taste out of your mouth.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, that slap was legitimate.
What you doing here? Yeah, I heard about you. You can get some too.
He walks off, and then Roxanne Perez looks into the near distance at somebody. Now let's pause that for a second, okay? She says, "What you doing here? I heard about you, and you can get some too." Now it's important to remember that Jada Parker is now a babyface. So logic would tell you she's talking to a heel, but let's just put that aside, okay? Some folks say, "Giulia, Why? Well, Giulia has had her last match in Marigold. She's done with Japan. She's heading over to the States soon, maybe as early as this week. She had a nice little show where she had a match where she had a gauntlet match. It was nice. It was well done. They had like 26 women came in there. Some legends came in there. She had it was like a gauntlet match, 1 minute. One person comes in, have a 1 minute segment, they leave. Next person come in, gauntlet style, continuous, 1 minute, over and over and over again. It was fun. It was nice. It was a nice send off for her. She was pinned one time during that entire thing, by the way. She got pinned once. To who? Who pinned her? Victoria Yuzuki. Now, Victoria Yuzuki is a 19-year-old star. She's very talented. And it says something that she was the only one that pinned her. It shows you what Giulia thinks of her and what Rossi thinks of her. She's a star. She's, in my opinion, she probably has the most upside out of anybody there. I can show you a little scene here. This is her hugging Victoria Yuzuki. Talented, 19 years old. Remember her name, Victoria Yuzuki. Athletic, upside out the wazoo. Probably had the most upside than anybody else in that damn roster. Talented. And that's why I believe she let her pin her. Because she's like, I'm telling you guys, this girl's special. She pinned me. Recognize her talent. She's the future. Victoria Yuzuki, remember that name. Anyway, so it was a nice send off. They sent her off well. You know, she had some. It was nice. A river dirt cheap for Giulia, and she got hit with the chair here. You can see that. That was a receipt for Chiaki, who got busted up open. So I got blocked by the main account for Marigold because I got mad because she headbutted Chiaki in the way she did. So yeah, there's a payback for that. A receipt. The chair, boom, a nice gimmick chair there. But yeah, it was a nice send off for Giulia. You know, it was nice. You know, it was well done. So she's done. Okay, she's done with Marigold. It's all kumbaya. You know, shine forever, Marigold, whatever. Then she took to the Twitter and Instagram to post that she was heading. Well, she didn't say that. Let me be clear. What she said was, hey, bye later, grandpa. So everybody's speculating, oh, she's saying bye to her grandfather, so she must be heading to the United States. It's a reasonable assumption, but it's an assumption nonetheless. But yeah, that is why folks believe that it's in the cards that she's going to be popping up here in America very soon. Now, luckily for us, so here's the picture where she said, later grandpa. She later grandpa. So she's talking to the family, giving hugs, and he's heading out, right? Now, lucky for us, Tokyo Sports is nosy. So by nosy, I mean they do a good job, basically. So every time somebody heads out, whether it be an athlete or a wrestler, Tokyo Sports is there with the cameras and the microphone to get an interview. So probably, hopefully, most likely, if she is heading to the airport, she'll get caught and she'll have to answer some questions. So we'll know. Because when she headed to the United States for WrestleMania, they were there at the airport to get an interview from her. So I'm assuming they have people on the ground, they got reporters on the ground. So once she's there at the airport, we'll probably know. So there won't be any hiding, I don't think. Gotta go to the same airport. They stake out the airport. They'll be there to ask her questions. So we'll probably know if she's heading to America. Okay, I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure based on what we saw from over the last year when it comes to Giulia, she's going to get caught. All right. Now, at the airport. Now, my issue with this, my issue with it being Giulia, I think it's stupid. Why? Well, what happened in that segment? Giulia, supposedly, according to the folks that hope it's Giulia, because a lot of Giulia fans online in IWC who are mad at me when I said it kind of be dumb if it was her. We've been hyping up this damn arrival of freaking Giulia for I don't know how long. It's been hyped up. We're hoping to see it soon, right? You're telling me that this interaction happened off screen? The first time we saw Giulia in this damn company, she walks off screen, Jada Parker calls her out, and then Roxanne sees her in a cutaway. Does that sound true to you? Does that make sense to you? The first time you see Giulia is off screen. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. It's weak. It's stupid. You would want the fans to see the first time they interact, right? The first time they on the screen together, first time they see each other, whatever, whether it be a surprise or whatever, the fans should see that. Why the hell would you book Giulia, who's not there yet, right? So it's not like she had to be there. She's in Japan. She's doing it off screen. So, okay, Giulia's backstage, and Jada Parker says, "What you doing here? I heard about you." That doesn't track for me. Giulia is supposed to be a massive deal. She's supposed to be the one to take the belt off Roxanne, and you book it so that an off-screen interaction happens in Orlando. So what? Let's play it out. So Roxanne goes to No Mercy, whatever city that is. I don't know what city that is. She goes to No Mercy, knowing that Giulia's already there. So she beats Jada Parker, and what she do? Cut the promo. "Hey, Giulia, I saw you backstage off screen. Come on out." What? That's ridiculous. I don't buy that they would introduce Giulia that way. There's better ways to do it. There's better ways to bring her in that way. You could have Ava get a phone call. "Hey, hello? Oh, are you coming to No Mercy? Cool." Everybody be saying, "Oh, who is it? Who is that? Oh my God, it's gonna be Giulia." It's the same thing. It accomplishes the same thing, but it's not stupid. Like having Roxanne see her backstage off screen where we can't see it doesn't make sense to me. It's better ways to introduce Giulia that way. If you wanted to tease that Giulia would pop up, there's thousands of better ways to do it. Because that's why I think it's dumb and it'd be silly to do that. Okay? To have the first interaction be off screen is asinine to me. So let's move on from Giulia. And by the way, if you want to I'm over here running my mouth. You want to stop me, feel free to send in the super chat and I'll immediately answer your question. Okay? So that's why I think it's not Giulia, right? Now, what about Stephanie? Well, Stephanie is having some visa issues. As folks online make sure to let me know. She's having some visa issues. That's number one. Number two, I think it's more likely it'd be her though, because they've been teasing her even with those visa issues, right? We heard about the damn. They dropped her name twice. They dropped her name more time than Giulia, right? There was a segment where they were watching her tape, right, backstage. So they've been teasing Stephanie more than they've been teasing Giulia anyway, right? So you could have her show up backstage, and it doesn't mean she has to show up right away. That could be a further teasing. So later on, maybe weeks from now, you can say, "Oh, that was her backstage. Okay, it was her. It was revealed that it was Stephanie all along. She was there." But it doesn't mean she has to pop up now, right? So you can do that. You can do it with Stephanie. And if Stephanie's being a heel, that makes sense to have that type of interaction with Jada Parker, who is clearly babyface. If you watch that segment, talking about her upbringing, talking about how she was a soccer player, how she was fight for this, she cut a straight up babyface promo. Jada Parker did. So why would you have her come at Giulia like that when Giulia's clearly going to be a face, clearly? So it may be a heel Stephanie that is she's talking to. Then Stephanie goes and talks to Jada Parker, or not Jada Parker. She goes to talk to Roxanne, and then you have a heel relationship. So there's no tension there, right? That's also possible. Is it the best? No. Would I introduce Stephanie that way? No. But I think it's more likely than Giulia. After all this hype and attention you're giving Giulia, that's how you introduce her? No. Same thing with Stephanie. At least for Stephanie, we've seen her already. So Giulia has not been seen on TV yet. Stephanie has been seen on TV. Not only in a WWE ring, but she was shown in clips on Raw. So she's more in the know. So not so much of that's not her first interaction really, right? Whereas with Giulia, that'll be her first interaction with the main roster. It would be a backstage segment. Doesn't track for me. So I don't think it's Giulia. It's more likely Stephanie, but I don't love that idea either. What about Delta? Now, folks have mentioned that Delta could be an option. Why? Well, Delta is in Orlando. About 2 weeks ago, good old Delta traveled to the United States. So she's already there. She's there in Orlando now. So if they wanted to bring Delta in, they could, because she's there. It's probably the most likely of the damn three, right? She's actually there. She's in Orlando. She left Australia back on the 12th. She's been there for weeks. She's been there for weeks. So if you wanted to introduce Delta in that way, you could potentially. Because she's already there, right? She's already there. So what is she doing? You're chilling? Maybe. So she's an option. You can have Delta interacting with Jada Parker that way. You can have Delta interacting with Roxanne Perez. It's possible because she's already there, right? So that's another option. More likely the other two. More likely than the other two than it's Delta because she's literally there, right? She's there. Now the final option may not be the most compelling for some folks, but there are some stands that will love it, right? Here's a question for the chat. I have a question. Had Jada Parker and Cora Jade interacted at all on the NXT TV? At all? Say it again for the people in the back. Has Cora Jade and Jada Parker interacted at all on TV? No. It's possible, because think about the people who we're talking about here. Jada Parker is a face. She said, "What are you doing here? I heard about you." She's very antagonistic. She's very like combative. Is very like confrontational with this person. Then you see Roxanne Perez look up and see. I'll show you the picture. She looks up and like, what the heck? Like, oh my God, it's a surprise face. Is it possible she's seeing her old friend Cora Jade, the heel Cora Jade? She's a heel, and now you're going to get this partnership between Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. She's coming back, I believe, now, right? She's in the gym. She's posting a lot on Instagram, right? She's going to be coming back soon, I would think. She's very active online. Is it possible they're teasing that Cora Jade is back, and that would make more sense with the interaction with Jada Parker? I don't know why you book Jada Parker to have that type of... She's a clear face now. She's a face. Why are you booking her to have that type of interaction with Stephanie or Giulia right at the gate? It could be a Cora Jade who has a reputation there, who's been there, the mean girl Cora Jade. So it makes sense, right? That's also a possibility. I think Cora Jade, now I think about it, is not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Let me check Cora Jade's Insta real quick. So I'm gonna ask the chat. I'm gonna do a poll. After everything I just said, who do you think it is? I'm gonna create a poll. Who was there? That's what I'm gonna say. Who was there? Was it Giulia? Was it Stephanie? Was it Delta? Or was it Cora Jade? Now, there's Cora Jade stands will love this, right? But I don't know how I feel about that. But it does make sense. Assuming Cora Jade and Jada Parker have never had an actual interaction, that makes a lot of sense. Who was 3? No, who was there, you fool? Let me switch that. Who was there? I put 3. Who was there? Start poll now. Let me look at Cora Jade's Instagram real quick. Are there any clues that I can draw from real quick before I give my final analysis or my final conclusion? Search wisely. What you looking for? What you look for? Or you will find. Okay. So she's walking around without any like. Okay, she don't have a knee brace, anything like that. So she's walking around. Is it possible that she's gonna pop up here soon? She's not really favoring anything these days. We can recap. It's possible. It's possible. What if Wendy, Rosemary, and Tatum team up? Sounds like something Triple H would do. That's not a bad shout. But the problem with that is, sir, is that Tatum was attacked by Winnie Chu, so they're not friends. Right now, the poll has 9 votes. It is looking like 33% Giulia. So you guys still think it's Giulia, huh? Interesting. I mean, I can't say you're wrong. I mean, I don't know. I just think it'll be lame. That's all. I think it'll be lame if it was Giulia. Why the hell are you having, it's tied. Okay, it's tied between Giulia and Delta. Why would you have Giulia, her first interaction, be off screen? That doesn't make sense. It's lame. I don't get that. This doesn't make sense to me. It could be Giulia. It could. I just think it'll be dumb. That's all. Like, why would you do that? All this hype, all this intrigue. She's not there yet. She's not even there yet. So why even rush it? What are you trying to prove? Why that? My point is, folks, there's 1,000 different ways to book that. For her to say, oh, she might be there. Again, you could have her call up Ava. Hey, who's it? Oh, are you coming to No Mercy? Oh, wow. Okay, see you there. There's 1,000 ways you could have done it. Then to have her show up backstage in Orlando randomly. Like, oh, I'm backstage, folks. Oh, and then Jada Parker says, oh, I heard about you. You can get some too. And then she stares at Roxanne Perez. And then what happens? We don't know. We'll find out later what they said. That's some trash ass storytelling, folks. That is some trash ass storytelling. I'd rather it be Delta or Cora Jade, and then you bring in Giulia in a cooler way than that. That is lame. And again, what happens next? Roxanne wrestles Jada Parker, knowing in her head, I already saw Giulia backstage. She's waiting for me backstage. She's next already. So not a surprise when she shows up. She's not surprised by it. Oh, I saw you backstage. I know you're here. Come out, Giulia. I saw you in the off screen. That's terrible storytelling. So Keenan, so I'm hoping it's not Giulia, because that's whack. But it could be. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just think it'd be dumb. So I'm hoping they don't do the dumb thing. I'm hoping they do the smart thing. I'm hoping it's more compelling and interesting than that. That's one hell of a way to introduce Giulia. A backstage off-screen segment. That's horrible to me. People saying, Bailey, get the hell out of here. Sean has given those trash before. Yeah, but does it have to happen like this? What's the rush to have her interact with someone off screen? Okay, so let's play it out. Giulia's in Orlando. And like, okay, she's there. Orlando is not where No Mercy is. So she still got to go on a plane to get to No Mercy. So why the hell are you booking her to show up in Orlando backstage off screen? For the purposes of what? For the purposes of what? That's my issue. So, okay, so that's what I'm saying. Can it be Giulia? Sure. Would it be dumb? In my opinion, yes. It should probably be Delta or Cora Jade, honestly. And then you bring in Giulia in a cooler way via Ava, or via something, Shawn Michaels, whatever. But please don't tell me it was a backstage off-screen segment. It was their first interaction. That is whack. But looking at this poll here, Giulia 31, Stephanie 32. It's basically even across the board. I mean, 31 Giulia, 23 Stephanie, 23 Delta, 23 Cora Jade. So basically no one knows, which is fine. No one knows. That's how it should be, right? It'll be a surprise at now some people are assuming they're making a connection that, oh, it's going to be No Mercy. It's going to be No Mercy. They didn't say that. So that's a guess, right? That's a complete guess. The 4 friend women. Yeah, that's what Roxanne and Bailey does when they ask her about the next horsewomen. They say their names or their friends. So that's that, folks. That is my take on that. Again, what should it be? Cora, Delta, Stephanie, Giulia at the last. Okay. In order of making sense, in order for it to be cool and not dumb, Cora number 1, Delta, Stephanie, Giulia last option. I can only hope. All right, folks. We're gonna move on. Well, let me look at it. Let me see if there's any question here in the chat that Before I move on to the next topic, Delta is the smoothest transition. Yes, it is. She's already there, right? Either Giulia or Stephanie. Definitely a swerve. Neither Giulia or Stephanie. I agree with you. I think so, Wayne. I think it's neither of them at this point. Fatal influence. Am I feeling fatal influence? I like the look of them. I like the look. Am I buying them as a threesome right now? As a trios right now? No, but maybe that'll come in time. But they all look great together. They all look good together. All right. So that's my thoughts on that. All right. Now let's move on. The next topic. So I might have to eat some humble pie here. What if Cora helps Roxanne retain and Giulia debuts to take out both? That would be. Now here's the thing, because Razar, I'm glad you said that. Now because Jada Parker was talking crap. Now when Cora Date shows up and does something, let's say she does help Roxanne Perez, that would track. It makes sense. Oh, that segment has a through line. She was backstage. Jada Parker was talking crap to her. She picked up her friend, Roxanne Perez, and then she shows up at No Mercy to help Roxanne by costing Jada Parker. That would be a through line that makes sense. And that would make sense as to why that had to happen. Why they had to have that segment backstage like that. If it transitions straight to the No Mercy match, that makes sense. So I agree with you. If Cora Jade does pop up and distracts Jada Parker or something like that, then all tie together. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. But Giulia, Stephanie, backstage, off screen, makes no sense. Makes no sense. All right, so let's talk about Stardom. All right, next topic, Stardom. Quick break here. Now, yeah, it's a real quick one, right? Now, I have been one online to how do I say this? Poke fun at the Joshi stands. I think there's a segment of folks online who are very passionate about women's wrestling in Japan, and they can be kind of annoying and obnoxious, and I like to troll them a lot sometimes. And I stand by those troll moments, okay? Some of you guys are annoying. The Joshi stands that are cool online, that I talk to and I get along with, you guys are all great, okay? You're great. But some of them, kind of annoying. Some of them, all right? Now, I say that to say, why do I say that? Why did I say that? So I've been watching Stardom, okay? I was advised by some folks that, hey, Will, I know you were watching, I know you're aware of certain talent over there. I know you're aware of Mayu. I know you're aware of Azumi and folks of that nature, and Micah, and those folks. But if you want to get into Stardom, you should probably jump in now, because there's a tournament called, the 5-Star GP, stand for Grand Prix, and that's a time where like the main storyline of the promotion runs through that tournament. It's important. It's a lot of action, a lot of matches. It's the highest point of the year for Stardom. That's what they told me. And if you're going to jump into it now, do that. You can invest in somebody, and then you'll follow it and you'll see how it goes. If you're not invested in anyone or don't care, then just drop it, because that's pretty much the highlight of the year is this tournament. It's a big deal, and whoever wins the tournament basically faces the champion at the end of the year in the big show. Like, cool, okay. I'll know what, I have some time. I'll watch this year. I'll see how it goes. I have to say that Stardom is great. It's very, very good. It's very, very good. I can't lie. I can't say anything. I can't say anything other than that. It's really good. It's fast. It's quick. It's stiff. These women are talented. They are. It's something else. It really is. I can understand why. I get why somebody can watch this stuff and get really invested in it to a point where they defend it like you're talking about their child. Okay, I get it. These women are talented. It's compelling. It's fast. It's quick, and it's good. Yeah, it's their G1. Right, it is. It's good. All right. I just want to say that It's Stardom is awesome. It's awesome. Now there've been some people complaining about the booking here and there. I haven't really gotten to that yet. I've been really focused on this tournament. So I've been learning about all these other women that I didn't know about. Like the big stars I knew about. I knew about Tam. I knew about Azumi. I knew about Micah. I knew about Mayu. Those folks, I've seen them wrestle. I knew about them. But the other women that I'm discovering and I'm watching, these women are talented. And it's great. And it's great. So I just want to get that off my chest. Say, you know what? I get it. Okay. Now we are watching currently the 5-star Grand Prix. We went through the whole the blocks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there are people who watch the stream and have no idea what I'm talking about. There is it's basically the G1, right, for Stardom. It's like the round robin system. This year they had 4 blocks of 7 women in each block, 7 or 6 in each block. Round robin system. They should adapt this in the WWE. Honestly, in AEW, they should adapt a form like this, where you have blocks of women and men. They face each other. Everybody faces each other, and for every win you get 2 points. For a draw, you get 1 point. At the end of the block system or the round robin system, whoever has the most points wins, and then you set them up to a tournament. So here's the tournament as it stands after the round robin system, which was great, very entertaining, fun stuff. Here is the knockout stages now. Okay, so after they played the whole round robin system, these are the women that came out of it. Now, if you watch my original Joshi stream, I said only 2 people can win this thing, really. Only 2 people can win. Micah and Saya Kamatani. Why? Well, the main storyline is about hate in that group, that heel faction. And ultimately, those 2 characters are the closest tied to that storyline. Micah had the belt, the red belt. She lost it to Tora. Saya Kamatani was the de facto leader of Queen's Quest. That faction blew up because of the interactions she had with those heels. It was Edo Tai, then that became hate. That group hate. So Saya Kamatani is turned heel. She's connected to the hate faction and all that storyline, right? So it had to be Micah or Saya Kamatani, I thought. Okay, and look at them. They're both on separate sides of the bracket. All right, got Micah over here, got Saya over here. These 2 will meet in the final. So this is what I had for the actual breakdown of the tournament here. I had Micah going to the final, of course, beating Mayu, the great Mayu Iwatani. I had Sai Kamatani beating Starlight Kid and beating Shuri, and then getting to the finals to face Micah. And these 2 have a history, of course, because Sai Kamatani turned heel, and that's what cost Micah her title. So it's all connected to the hate storyline. So nothing else makes sense. You can't have Mayu in there. You can't have Shuri in there. You can't have Starlight Kid. Okay, it didn't make any sense. It has to be, in my opinion, Saya versus Micah in the final. So this is my bracket. Now, if you're wondering what the hell's going on here, why the hell is there 3 names in this thing? Well, you look at the block. There were 3 people tied in the Red Star B block. 3 people tied for second. So I had to have this 3-way match. It wasn't really a 3-way match. It was kind of interesting. 2 women start in the ring. One gets the pin. Whoever gets pinned leaves. Other person comes in. Whoever gets pinned leaves. I believe the first person to 2 wins. So this was a very good match. I'll talk about that in a second. But this is a very good match. So these 3 are competing for that slot, and they didn't have to wrestle the same day. So potentially, not potentially, someone had to have 2 matches, no matter what, right? Because the quarterfinals were this morning or yesterday, however you want to say it. I'm gonna say it was this morning, okay? So the winner of Izumi, Tomoka, and Sarah, that match, whoever wins had to face Micah the same day, and whoever wins being Hanana and Suzuki had to face Shuri. No matter what, had to have 2 matches that day. So I assumed, I just went with chalk. I said, no, what? Shuri's going to win, but I was wrong. She lost, okay? She actually lost. But I should have known that, because typically as a booker, when you're booking, you want to have, when you're booking, you don't want it to be chalk or obvious. So to have that match matter, right? So this is the situation here. to have this match matter, because the assumption is that Shuri will win no matter what, right? That's an assumption because whoever she faces will be tired from their other match, right? So I should have known that she was going to lose. Should have known that Hanan or Susie. He's saying Susie. Suzu. I know I can't say Susie. I should have known that Suzu or Hanan was going to win that match, because why? This is how the booking mind works. I just should have known. But anyway, I was wrong. She lost. But anyway, well, these matches were great. Okay, I'm gonna talk about these matches here in a second. So the first match on the card was Tomoka, Zumi, and Sarah May. This match basically got the former, you got the high speed champion, got the queen of high speed, Nezumi, against the future NXT superstar in Tomoka. I say that because she said she wants to go to WWE eventually, so I've been jokingly calling her the future NXT star. That's what I'm doing. And I think Tomoka is pretty good. This match was a 4-star. 4-star match. It was great. Zumi hit the Destroyer on Sarah to get the win. Got 2 pins. It was weird. So the match started, they had to draw straws. Whoever had red and blue started the match. So Zumi got pinned by Sarah May. And then Tomoka came in. Then Tomoka pinned her. Then she went out. Then Zumi came back in. Then Zumi pinned Tomoka. And then the final pin was Zumi pinning Sarah after the Destroyer. So she wins. She advances. Zumi does, and that made sense. I always knew she was going to win that. I mean, she's the biggest star here. Clearly, she's the biggest star. The next match was Hanan versus Suzuki. This match was a 4.25 star match, honestly. This match was very, very good. I'm going to pull up this graphic. So the right side is the match before they had to face Shuri. About 4.25. Very good match. I'm convinced that Suzuki is going to turn heel. I'm convinced. She screams heel. She always behaved like a heel. I believe they need to watch out. I think Suzuki is going to turn heel on Neo Genesis. I think that's the name of her faction. She's going to turn heel and join Hate. I'm convinced of it. She's always acting like a heel. She's always dressing like a heel. She screams heel. Suzuki is going to turn heel. I believe that. I could be wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen. So Hanan and Suzu had a very good match. A very good match. It was fast. It was quick. It was hard hitting. Yeah, trading shots, headbutts, stiff as hell. I think Hanan hit a Poison Rana. Actually, she did not. Suzu hit a Poison Rana and she kicked out. It was a very good match. I think it ended with Hanan hitting a double fisherman suplex like twice in a row. Very good. 4.25. 4.25 stars I would give that match. The next match was a tag team match I didn't watch. It was I didn't have enough time. But I do know that Tam pinned Tora. That's all I know. But it was a good match. I'm assuming. I did not watch it. That was going to lead to a match between Tam and Nazuku Tora. That'll happen on the 31st. And Tam got the pin, so I know she's going to lose. I figured she's going to lose anyway. Tam Nakano, she's going to lose anyway. But yeah, that match's going to happen. She's winless in the block. She got a title shot. She's going to lose, I assume. Because why the hell would you have her win? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So yes, Nazuko Tora will still be champion coming out of that show. That's all great. Next match was, and I'm just pull up the bracket. Next match was Mayu Iwatani against Natsupoi. This is the IWGP champion against the white belt holder. This match was, I was expecting a banger. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was expecting a banger. This match was not. It was fine. It was kind of sloppy. A little bit of miscommunication. Someone said that Tam will turn psychotic. She was freaking out. I saw the clip of her after the match. She was. In fact, let me see if I can find that. She was acting like. I guess that may be a storyline for her. So this is the match I'm talking about. This tag team match. I skipped it. I just watched the end of it because I did not have the time, and I figured this isn't really a storyline match, but it's not something I have to see. So this is a tag team match. She flipped out. Let me see if I can find it without getting copyright. After this match, she flipped out. Where is? I'm going too far. Too far. Let me go back to the top. Scroll. Here it is. Right? Is it? Yeah, she flipped out. Let me show you this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, like she's having a meltdown, and she won. She won the match, but you probably said something to her. I don't speak Japanese. I don't know what she said to her. Maybe. But yeah, that's the storyline, folks. Supposedly, she may have to like have a mental breakdown. Apparently, so there's stuff happening, compelling stuff, but she's gonna lose on the 31st no matter what. She's losing. I'm convinced. Back to Mayu and Natsupoi. This match is okay. I gave it 3.5 stars. There was some weird stuff happening, some miscommunication, like a little bit of sloppiness going on there. Of course, she tried to hit her full Nelson suplex. She did that a couple times. Second time it worked. I mean Mayu. She won, obviously, of course. It's freaking Mayu Iwatani. She hardly loses. But it was just weird. Not the best match. They did beat the hell out of each other. Mayu got really lit up in her face, really red. It was an interesting match. She also hit a tombstone power driver on Natsupoi. But yeah, this match was not the best. I thought it was okay. 3.5 though. That's not bad. 3.5 is not bad. So we had a 4-star, 4.25, 4 and a quarter, right? And 3.5. Now, the next match I'm going to talk about here, which is this one. My God. Saya Kamatani against Starlight Kid. My word. This match was spectacular. Spectacular. I'm enjoying Saya as a heel. I know some folks say she's putting it on too strong or being too overboard. I'm enjoying her as a heel. I think she's doing fine. Okay. But I'm really enjoying her in-ring work. She's awesome. So this match, like, there were chair spots, throwing them into chairs. They went to the outside, standing on this little skinny platform, like this little wooden platform in the crowd. They did that. Saya went into the ring, back into the ring, and then Starlight Kid got jumped by Hate. So the Hate faction members were outside the ring, like they always are, and they attacked Starlight Kid. Came back into the ring. Starlight Kid was mocking her a little bit, hit the moonsault on her leg. It was just like, it's like this. She tried this 180-degree frog splash that got countered. Actually didn't get countered. Saya kicked out of it. She didn't counter that. She hit double knees into her back. I was watching this entire match, taking notes, right? So I took notes of the brainbuster. I saw the drivers they did, the stiff on her. I'm dropping them on their head drivers. Got to the point where I stopped taking notes. I didn't notice it. I was so invested in the last 3-5 minutes that I stopped taking notes. To the point where I was like, oh shit, I forgot. My bad. I was supposed to take notes, but I wasn't paying attention. This match was incredible. I'm telling you. If you watch any match on this damn card, watch this one. Watch this. It was that damn good. This match I gave it ended with her doing like this. She lifted up Starlight Kid into like this suplex position with the fisherman's hook on one leg, but she drove her head first, almost front side. I don't know how to explain it, what she did. She picked her up, spun around, and dropped her on her face instead of doing like a typical suplex. Saya Kamatani is awesome. Both the women are great. Starlight Kid is amazing. Saya is great. This is a 4.75, almost 5 stars. Almost 5 stars, 4.75. It was special. It was one of my favorite matches this year, I think. They should run it back another time. I don't know when, but wow, this is really, really good. 4.75 out of 5. This is great. Watch this match. If you had to watch one match, watch this one. I don't know if there's clips online. There probably is. You can probably find some clips. But if you can watch this full match, I would do that because I and Starlight Kid killed it. They really did. I was shooketh with how good this was. I was shook. And this is the moment where I realized, you know what? I gotta give it up. As I watched this match, I like, you know what? This is great. I understand. I get it. I get why folks are so pretentious and stuck up about this stuff. I'm not going to be that way. I refuse to be that way. But I get why folks are very protective of it and why they think it's of the highest standard of wrestling. I get it. Now, all of it is great. But when it's great, it is very, very damn good. And even Hanan and Suzu, even that match was great. But this match was way better. Yes, NXT was really cool last night. It really was. It really was good. I can't say enough about this match. Go find it. Go see it. However you can, watch this match. Starlight Kid, Sai Kamatani. It was special. I'm telling you. Let me see if I can find any yeah, there's clips online. There's clips. I won't play it here just in case, but there's clips. You can find it. Trust me. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do is great. Let's move on to the next match. Starlight Express. You're gonna make money. If she ever goes to the WWE or AEW, whatever, with that mask she has, that's like printing money. She's gonna print money with that thing. It is marketable. It's like Rey Mysterio's mask. That is different. She's the only one walking around in Stardom wearing that mask 24/7. You can make money with that, with merchandise for sure, in America or anywhere else, anywhere for that matter. But yeah, that's the license to make money. That look she has. The next match was Hanan against Shuri. So Hanan, after she won her match with Suzu, she came back out there. She had a second match, and it was okay. I thought it wasn't the best match. I get it though. You know, it's hard to wrestle twice. So I don't know what the plan was. I felt like the match was shorter. They traded submissions. They traded some arm drags. They traded some slams, you know, back and forth slamming. There's a spot where Hanan was hitting Shuri in the back or head over and over again. Then there's a chokehold, there's a draped DDT. Some really, really stiff kicks from Shuri. Good match. And then Hanan won. I was kind of surprised, but not really. Once I thought about it, I realized, oh yeah, okay, someone had to win twice. Like one of these two had to win twice, and Micah ain't losing, so I get it. So got that match. Shuri lost, and Hanan advances to the semifinal. 3.325. So good, but not great. Next match was Micah against Azumi. It was the top right here. Top right. Here. What I'm trying to show you. This match here. Azumi won. Took on Micah the same day. And I knew that Micah was going to win. And that's what happened. Micah won. Because again, her storyline is tied to the hate faction, which is the whole reason why this tournament is happening from a storyline perspective. It has to be Micah or Kamatani going to the final. It has to be. So we have our final four, which is Micah, Hanan, Tai Kamatani, and Maya Iwatani. And that is going to be a good top four. Here is the visual of them in the ring. When I saw this, I also thought to myself, wow, a lot of talent. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Micah. She's cool. She's all right. Do I want her to win a tournament? Probably not. Now, a lot of Micah fans will be upset about that because a lot of them are invested in her getting her redemption. Because again, she lost the title. to Tora, and this might be her redemption arc. They didn't like the fact that her title reign was sacrificed for a potential storyline beat. Apparently, a lot of people believe, and honestly, I'm starting to believe it, that Saya Kamatani is winning this tournament. And they're going to be upset if they find out that her title reign was sacrificed for the sake of telling the story with Saya Kamatani. But I do believe that it is okay to end a reign for the sake of a better storyline. If you think the story is better. For example, Bayley dropping the belt to Nia Jax. If you think Nia Jax is going to be a better storyline for going forward, you have something better planned with Nia Jax, then I understand you taking the belt off of Bayley. Same thing here. If you have a plan with Saya Kamatani winning the tournament, I understand you sacrificing Micah's reign. But I do believe Micah is going all the way to the finals anyway. So it'll be Micah against Saya Kamatani. They went face to face again in the ring. So they're basically teasing it. They spoiled it. There's a segment after the match, after Micah beat Izumi, all four came back into the ring. And then Saya Kamatani got right into Micah's face and had to face off. Okay, you're giving it away. That's the final. Cool. It makes sense. I'm not mad at it. That should happen. I would be annoyed if Mayu beat Micah, even though she's better in ring. Even though she's better in ring and to be more entertaining of a final, probably, I'll be upset by that. Micah should win. She should win. For the sake of storyline, she should win. And Saya Kamatani, if she loses to Henan, I'd be even more upset. Why the hell are you doing that? You've been teasing or building up to this Saya Micah match. That match has to happen. It can't not happen. It has to happen. So they should have Saya face Micah in the final. And I think Saya's going to win. I could be wrong about that. Obviously, I could be wrong about that. Obviously. But I think that's the best way to go. It's the most compelling arc. Because if Micah wins, okay, then Micah faces, Nazuko Tora at the end. Okay. Who cares? Oh, not who cares. Because, not who cares. That's not right. Nazuko, she is the champion, and she beat Micah for the belt. So that makes sense. That's a decent storyline. Okay, redemption arc. Go back and face the leader of hate and take her down. That's cool. I think the more compelling and interesting route, though, is to have Saya Kamatani win. So you have her beat Micah, have her go to the final, which would mean that she has to turn on Tora. And that is interesting. That is compelling. I'll be curious to see how they book that. Because in my mind, I believe that they think they have a good storyline here. They have something interesting. And if they're going to do that, the most interesting route is to have Saya Kamatani win. Now, it may not be interesting or not interesting. It may not be good. It may not be well executed. But ultimately, you're going to want to do that, I think, because take a chance, take a swing. I say, let Saya beat Micah, have her turn on hate, and then have her face Natsuko in the end. Why not? That's probably the more interesting route, I think. At least that's my opinion. I mean, I don't know how the Joshi stands feel about that one, but I do believe that's the better route to go. If not, then it's kind of just your typical redemption arc where Micah faces Tora, and then I don't like that. I'd rather see Saya Kamatani face Tora than anything else, you know? But that's just me. Okay. But yes, I'm conceding that Stardom is good, it's entertaining, and I give a shit now, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, because there's nothing wrong with liking stuff. But I didn't know I was gonna get disinvested. That's my problem. Since the tweet I put out when I said, "Fuck, they got me. They freaking got me. I love Stardom. They got me. I care. I'm invested." Because now I can't not watch. I can't turn it off. So Roxanne isn't ready for Giulia. Oh, she is. Roxanne Perez is just as good in ring, in my opinion, as Giulia is. That's how you feel about One Piece? I've never watched One Piece, not once. I haven't seen one episode of One Piece, not one of them, not the live action or the anime. Maybe that'll change. Maybe I'll watch One Piece. It seems too daunting. Like so many damn episodes, way too many damn episodes of One Piece to watch. But that's a good shout there, Pedro. But yeah, now I'm invested in Stardom. I can't not watch it. These women are so damn talented. If you watched, so there's another point I want to make about Marigold, right? The manga is better? Okay. So here's the point I want to make about Marigold. So this is the perfect time to jump into Stardom because they had their Grand Prix tournament, like the G1. Now, Marigold is having their version of this tournament, their own version. It's not going to be as much matches, so it's less matches. It's not as daunting, but they have their version. And that's going to be compelling and interesting. And if you haven't watched anything from Marigold, or if you're scared of jumping in, now's a great time. Why? Because the top storyline is irrelevant. There is no Giulia's leaving. The whole entire time, Giulia was trying to stop Suri. Suri wanted to take over Marigold as the top ace, and Giulia was going to stop her, and she failed. She lost. Suri beat her. Beat her by ref stoppage. She didn't pin her. The ref stopped the match because of her injured wrist, right? So that storyline is over. That was the top storyline. Now what they're going to use this tournament to create the new one. Whatever the new storyline is going to come through this tournament. This Dreamstar Grand Prix. This round robin style tournament. So this is the perfect time. It forces you to watch the talents. So you have to watch all the matches. So you're watching all these talent you're not familiar with. You're getting familiar with the talent. And you're going to get to experience the top storyline. Now's the time. If you want to watch Marigold, you never thought about it. Like, all right, you know what? I don't know when to jump in. This is the perfect time to jump into Marigold because they're starting fresh, really, with this new tournament. There is no top storyline on this damn brand right now. There's no top storyline in this promotion. They're gonna come through this tournament. So now's the time. It's less daunting. So things like there's 2 groups of 7, the round robin system here. I would go to their account, but I'm blocked. So let me see. I go to the. Let me see if I can go to the English account because I don't think I was blocked by the English account for Marigold. No, I'm not. Okay, let's find a graphic here I can show. Yeah, that's okay. Here we go. Bam, that'll work. Got the group Dream and Group Star. Okay, so how many are in group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in each group? Yeah, I got blocked for saying don't headbutt people. There's 8 in each group, right? So we got Suri, got Miku Ano, the Passion Merchant, Bozilla, Mai Sakurai, Misa Misui. Oh, sorry, Misa Matsui, Chiaki, and Kazuna. Got Nori, who's very talented. Victoria Yuzuki, who's going to be the future of that damn company, I believe. Nigasa Nozaki. She's not my favorite. She's not my favorite. Honestly, of all the women in here, probably my least favorite to watch. But then again, Chika Goto will make a run for her money. The next person up here. Got Koki Amare, Natsumi Shozuki, Mirai, and of course, the former Red Queen, Utami Hayashishita. Now this grouping is less than what happened in Stardom. Stardom was 4 blocks of 7. That's a lot of damn matches. Okay, that's a lot of damn matches. This is just 2 blocks of 8. So everybody faces each other in the block. So Utami faces Mirai, Natsumi Suzuki, Koki Amare, Chika Goto, so on and so forth, right? Everybody faces everybody once. Get 2 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and the winners. I don't know what the final bracket is. If it's like the top 2 from each block get out, or just the top 1. It might be just the top 1. The winner of this group faces the winner of this group. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I do know it's a round robin system. That's all. It's probably going to be Utami and Suri. That's my assumption. Suri is your champion. She's your Margot champion, the world champion. So I don't know how much losses she can take, right? Miku Ano has a chance. No, she's not. The white belt holder is not going to have more points than red belt. That's crazy. It's going to be Suri. Maybe Bozilla might get close. But then again, Bozilla was pinned by Miku Ano. So it's going to be Suri. It's going to be Suri, I think. Suri will have the number 1 points, top points, I think. And then Utami will definitely have the top points out of here. I think they're trying to build up Utami. Rossi said that Utami was taking over the torch. She was handing the torch from Giulia to Utami, so she's going to get pushed hard, as she rightly should. It makes sense. Okay. So you have Utami against Suri for the final, I think. Then again, I assume that they want the winner of this thing to face the title winner down the line, unless the title's not on the line. Yeah, that's it. Never mind. The title's not on the line. It's not on the line. So she can face Suri in the final and it be a non-title match. Okay, gotcha. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Okay. It's not for the final. It's not for the championship. So she can face Suri in the final and beat her, and that'll be that. And then set up a rematch for the actual title later on. So I think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get. Well, look at my final poll, by the way. 36% think it's going to be Giulia. 36%. Wow. Okay. I think it's dumb, but okay. Where is the... What's supposed to pop up here? I said end poll. It's supposed to show up in the chat. There it is. 36% Giulia, 31% Steph, 18% Cora Jade, and 13% Delta. 22 votes. 22 votes. Giulia, 36%. Okay, we'll see. I think it's dumb, but we'll see. Well, yeah, so you can jump into the tournament now. Or not now. You can jump into the promotion now. Start watching Marigold and be completely caught up. And use this round robin tournament to get you invested in the characters, get you invested in the talent. Because that's what happened with me in Stardom. It was the best way to do it. I got to watch so many women wrestle over and over and over again. I really got a sense of who was good. I really like Xena in Stardom. I really like Sarah May, the high-speed champion. I really like Sai Kamatani, Starlight Kid. Minami showed herself well, even though she's not in that promotion. Tomoka Inaba, I like her a lot. She's gonna be in NXT one day. She is from JTO though, not from Stardom. So a lot of good talent that you get invested in. You watch, right? You watch Suzuki. I like Suzuki. I have myself coming attached to Suzuki. I like her a lot. I want to see her get pushed. She never won the white belt. Never won the red belt. Give Suzuki a chance. She's very good. I like her a lot. Push her. So you get invested in these talent when you watch these tournaments. So I would do, my advice to you, if you wanted to watch Marigold, again, it's less time consuming. You get in now. I believe the tournament starts on the 31st. Yep, 31st start date. You watch that. You get invested. You'll be surprised how fast you start caring. It'll happen very fast. Here's some of the matches coming up here. So yeah, you can get invested really quick. Delta is the Australian Brock Lesnar. I would call her the Australian not Brock. Maybe who's a powerhouse who's like not that. I want to say Braun Breaker, but maybe not Braun. Yeah, maybe Braun. Maybe the Australian Braun Breaker, something like that. But I don't think Brock. I wouldn't say Brock. She's not that like that type of menacing, like size wise. She's not that. I would put her with the maybe Braun. Maybe let me think about that. I gotta think about that. I don't know. I'm not sure where what's the comparison for her? What's the I don't know. Not Gable. Yeah, maybe Gable. A cross between Gable and Braun Breaker. That's what I would say. Yeah, Braun. Okay, Shane Braun. Okay, you agree? Cool. Who do you think is going to have more successful WWE career? Giulia or Stephanie? That depends on who gets pushed. Now remember, this is fiction. Sometimes you're not in control of who gets pushed and who, like, you know. I think that Giulia will have every opportunity to be the big face of that company. By company, I mean NXT. More so than Stephanie. I do believe Stephanie will have a good run because she's Spanish-speaking South American. So I think she'll have a lot of push, especially when it comes to Spanish-speaking outlets. So what's happening with Io Sky and Kairi Sane? Every time there's a Japanese promotion, every time there's a Japanese like ad, they call them. They call Kairi. They call Io. They call Shinsuke. The same thing will happen for Stephanie. Every time there's a Spanish-speaking ad or anything that happens with Mexico or South America, she's gonna get called. And because of that, she has a lot of opportunities to make money. And I think she's gonna be the face of the Spanish-speaking side of WWE because she's from South America. It's not fake. It's not phony. She's a from that ilk. She's from that blood. So I think it's gonna be kind of like the same. But I do believe Giulia will probably get pushed harder. I think Giulia will be beating Roxanne Perez. So whoever beats Roxanne is going to be pushed very hard, obviously. So I think she's going to be positioned higher than Stephanie right out the gate. On the long run, we don't know. But it's probably Giulia. Probably Giulia. But I think they both have their own niche, their own lane. Their own lane to maneuver. Giulia could be the next Becky. One thing to consider when it comes to like projecting that is promo skills and like their English. Giulia's English is not bad. She's improving. She's working on it. Stephanie's, I'm not sure. I'm told that her English is not great, so that's gonna like hurt her to a certain extent. Not in the respective markets, right? Not in Spanish speaking markets for Stephanie, but that's a factor. If you want to get as big as Becky, gotta speak English in a way that was kind of connect with the audience. That's just reality. Becky's, the Charlotte Flairs, gotta cut an English promo. Gotta be honest, folks. Gotta be honest with ourselves. But I'm not worried about Giulia or Stephanie. They'll be fine. They'll be protected. It's gonna be over as hell as well. Kairi Sane's delivery in Japanese is better than Io's guy. Sure. Kairi has a very likable tone in her voice. Is very bright. She has a very good speaking voice. I like Kairi's speaking voice. I agree with that. I don't dispute that at all. Not one bit. Hot take: a heel Bianca Belair title run. I'm looking at random tweets right now. A heel Bianca Belair title run could be one of the best title runs of all time. Sure. Anything could be one of the best. With proper booking and proper storytelling, sure. It takes two to tango. It takes good creative and good character work. That's all. Oh yeah, let's talk about this is Joshi Stream. So let's talk about the last two topics here. So we have a match on Friday, right? A match on Friday between Momo Watanabe and Mercedes Moné. These two women will be competing in America at Capital Collision for New Japan, for the New Japan Strong belt. Obviously, Mercedes is winning this, but this will be interesting. I want folks to watch this match. Now, Mercedes Moné has been getting a lot of crap online from fans about her performance against Britt Baker. I think the issue was more Britt than Mercedes Moné, and I think this match is going to give her an opportunity to show those folks what's what. To show those folks that, guys, I'm still Mercedes Moné. I'm still a ring general. I'm still a ring aficionado. I'm still one of the best in the ring, I'm gonna show you in this match against a very good Momo Watanabe. We're talking about a former white belt holder, former trio champion, a former tag team champion. Momo's done it all. OG Queen's Quest, right? She worked with Io Sky. Momo, 24. I didn't know she was that young, by the way. 24 years old. I thought she was like her late 20s, early 30s. She's 24. Momo has been around for a while. She's only 24 years old. This match is going to cook. This match is going to cook. I'm telling you, do not let folks fool you about Mercedes Moné. Mercedes can go in the ring. I'm expecting to see a complete turnaround. You're going to see the difference between Britt Baker and Momo. Okay? I'm sure of it. I've watched Momo in this tournament, the 5-star Grand Prix. She killed it. She's good. She's a good worker. She can work her ass off. She's going to put on a banker with Mercedes Moné. I have no doubt. And then you'll see that's not really the problem. The problem is maybe the producers in AEW and Britt Baker. Okay? But this match is going to cook this Friday. Now, I think it's going to work out, right? Because SmackDown, at least for me at least, because I'll be home, SmackDown is in Germany, so I'm going to catch it somehow live during the day. You can always watch it later on if you want the regular time, but I'm going to catch it live if I can. And I'm going to see if I can watch this one as well live. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to watch SmackDown live, and watch this live. That's the hope. But yeah, Momo, she can work. So what are the other matches on this card? Let's check it out. Blue Rush against Gabe Kidd. So yeah, this is a strong open weight New Japan belt. So this is like AW stuff, like AW, like if you're an AW fan, you love this, right? Mustafa Ali. Look at some good stuff here. Got Mustafa Ali. One talent on the card. This will be a good match as well. Zack Sabre, of course. You know about Zack Sabre. Zack Sabre Jr. won the G1 recently. Right? Yeah, the G1. He won the G1. Tom Lawler, he's wrestling? Tom Lawler is still wrestling? Wow. I remember him from the UFC days or from the MMA days. Ishii's wrestling on the card as well. With Tawahashi. That Gibson. Okay, here's the other Joshi match. I'm calling it Joshi because it's no New Japan, right? Mina Shirakawa. She is the Rev Pro undisputed champion right now. They should have that in the individual. Put the championships on her. Viva Van, Trish Odora. This would be fun. Do I care about this match? Not really. Yeah, this is grainy. I'm having trouble reading it because it's so grainy. The font is not the best because of the GIF. But yeah, I don't. So this match is, I'll play it on replay. I'll let it roll. So it'll be a decent show. I'm most invested in the Mercedes Moné Momo match, but there'll be some good stuff on here. Will I skip most of the card? Probably. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm only really invested in the main event. Mercedes against Momo with main event. It's the only thing I really care about here. Well, I'm sure I'll watch other stuff to see it. Check it out. Because there's talent here that I've seen their name before. Like I know of them, but I haven't watched them I haven't watched a lot of it. So maybe I'll be invested in somebody here. But yeah, I'm just really interested in Mercedes Moné's match. But we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll come away thinking, oh wow, these are all great. Look at all these talent. Like I know some of these people, but I don't follow it closely. Because when it comes to men's wrestling, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to men's wrestling, I only watch WWE and some AEW and some TNA. I don't watch any New Japan for the men, any Noah for the men, none of that. So the women is different. For women, I watch Stardom. I watch Marigold, right? But for the men, it's American stuff. So, there's way too much wrestling, folks. There's just way too much wrestling to watch. It's impossible. Way too much wrestling. If I were to try to watch Noah and New Japan, the men's division as well, I would have no time for anything else. No time for anything else. Be crazy. But yeah, this would be an interesting card. We'll see what. So that's Friday night. That'll be good. What else? That was it, folks. That's all I had. I answered some question now. What do you guys got? Any questions about anything? That's all I have for today. Yeah, mostly watch WWE main roster. Yeah, basically. Here's some news. Shorter WWE PLE cards are expected to continue. Yes, of course. And WWE are happy with it. Of course, why not? Why wouldn't it be? The format has worked. It has worked. It allows them to have more stacked Raws and SmackDown. I agree. If you have 5 matches on the card, that means that Raw and SmackDown, theoretically, can have bigger matches on the card. That makes sense. My issue with that is book women's matches for crying out loud, because the women have been getting a short end of the stick on Raw and SmackDown. But beyond that, I agree. I agree with the point. Folks should stop bitching and let it go. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with 5 matches. I'm fine with it. Ooh, football. What are you talking about? Any questions before I head out and out here? But yeah, I will concede Stardom is good. Really, really good. And I get it. I get it. Even if I sometimes struggle with some of the names, I'll like read a name and then like I will like elaborate with Mina have a bigger impact on AW than Giulia. Well, here's the thing about Mina Shirakawa. She will have no. The answer is no. The answer is no. Sorry. The answer is no. I'll just say it straight up no. She will not. First of all, she hasn't signed with AW yet. She hasn't signed with AW. Once she does, you're probably better off not signing, honestly. But signing with AW does not stop you from working with New Japan or working with CMLL. So she'll be fine in that regard. But the answer is no. Giulia will be working with the WWE as a higher platform, a bigger push, more mainstream. No. It's like saying is Hikaru Shida is on the same level as an EO or Kairi Sane. No. How much money is Stardom a month? Like $10. War Games Raquel, Liv. I haven't converted that number in Japan. War Games Raquel, Liv, PFC versus the War Games match I think is Raquel, Liv, and PFC versus Rhea, Sky Pirates, Zelina, and it depends on Dakota Kai. Could be Damage Control, as in Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, Io, and Lyra with Rhea, I think. Last week, the new Rev Pro Women's Champion Mina Shirakawa from AW was shared selfies, photos with. She did. Mina Shirakawa took pictures with Kairi Sane, and the world did not stop. Like this whole tribalism thing is kind of crazy, but I think I'm happy for Mina. My question is, when will she be defending that thing? Will she be traveling back from Japan to America, back to UK to defend that thing? Or will she hold that thing for a while without any defenses? Because what typically happens is when a promotion puts a belt on a talent like that, it's just to promote the promotion. Same thing with Willow. Willow is the CMLL Women's Champion. When's the last time she's been down there? I don't remember. But the point is, she's walking around with that belt. Advertisement. Look at me. I'm the CMLL champion. I'm walking around with your belt. I'm advertising it. That's the hope, right? Same thing for Mina Shirakawa. Look at me. I'm your undisputed champion. I got 2 belts. I'm walking around. I'm advertising it. and the promotion is getting a rub from that, right? That's the hope. There's no other reason to do it. There's no reason you do it. When will she defend it? I don't know. But it's an indie show, and they're going to. I don't blame them for putting the belt on a star like Mina. I would put my belt on a star like too if I was like a indie show. I'll put my belt on a top star too. You don't like her as an entertainer? That's where we disagree. Mina is one hell of an entertainer. She's fun. She's cool. I don't get Liv fans. They swear she's on the same level as. Some of them don't. Some of them do think they're on the same level. She's on the same level as Bianca, Becky, and Bailey. Some of them do. Some of them are delusional, but a lot of them are. They concede that they're not on that level. She's not on that level. At least some of the ones that I interact with, they know. They just don't want to admit it, but most of them know. It just depends who you talk to. There's like weird stands and there's like reasonable stands. Like the average Liv Morgan stand knows. They know. They know. But some of them are delusional. That is true. Would you like a non-title feud between the Party Birds and Kiana James and PFC? And Zelina? Oh yeah, that would get Kiana James on TV. So yeah, I love that. Kiana James is talented. She looks great. She's a star. She should be on TV somewhere. But I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic because, again, Bianca Belair was called up to WrestleMania. She was off TV for like 6 months. Off TV. And then she got drafted. And then she got pushed. So I'm not going to give up on Kiana James. Say, oh, they ruined her. It's over. She should have stayed in NXT. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Giulia, in my opinion, has everything Mina has, plus she's more charismatic and she's better in the ring. And also she has more aura sometimes than Mina does not. Mina has aura. Mina is, she's fun. She has a great look. She leans on her sex appeal as well. It was this call it how we see it. She leans on that. And I would too if I was her. Smart move. And she can wrestle too. Is she more of a star than Giulia? No, I don't think so. Did Giulia have a little bit something extra in terms of like charisma? I think she's very charismatic, and Mina can cut English promo. Mina's English is very good. She can have a interview in English. But I do believe upside, potential, money making, Giulia is probably better. She's more marketable for Western audience, for whatever that's worth. She's more marketable for the West than Mina is. But both very marketable. Both obviously have great looks. Both can wrestle. But I do believe Giulia is probably more marketable than on the West, for the Western audience. How big a deal would it be if Triple H managed to land Mayu? That would be... I'll come back to that. Would you pick Roxanne over Liv? Yes. Roxanne Perez, yes. Without question, Roxanne Perez is better in ring than Liv Morgan. That's not even a question. She is. Now, if Triple H were internet would go crazy if he could land Mayu Iwatani. Mayu Iwatani is like the icon of Stardom. She's considered by a lot of people the GOAT, which is kind of crazy. I think calling anybody the GOAT is kind of weird, but some people think she's the best ever. And they think she's the best in the Japanese scene. And if she were to go to WWE, that would be massive. I don't see it happening. She's already 31 years old. She says she has no desire to go overseas. I think she stays in Japan. Maybe she may have a match here or there in the United States for New Japan or something like that. But I do not see Mayu Iwatani signing with the WWE probably ever. Now, anything can change. Like, folks can change. But she's shown no desire to go to the West Side. She's shown no desire to be in the WWE or even AEW. So I think Mayu Iwatani will stay put in Japan, have a little IWGP championship. Now, if she drops the belt, she drops that belt sometime within the next couple years, which of course probably will happen. Maybe then she'll leave, maybe, but I'm not seeing it. Mayu is she's a Stardom lifer, I think. She's a Stardom lifer. I don't think she's going to Margold. There was speculation that because she felt like she owed Rossi, because Rossi Ogawa basically raised her, brought her in, gave her a chance, taught her what she knows as a wrestler. She feels in debt to Rossi. She owes him in a way. But even that, I don't think she's going to go to Margot either. From the interviews we've seen from her recently, she said that I feel like I've already done enough for Rossi Ogawa. I don't feel like I'm in debt to him, and I'm going to stay in Stardom. I believe her. She's going to stay right there in Stardom. Now, that could be bullshit because I think her contract ends at the end of the year. And if her contract ends, I don't know if it's the end of the year. Let me be clear. I don't know. But she could be just talking because like she's under contract. Never listen to what anybody says while they're under contract. It doesn't matter. No matter what Mercedes Moné says right now, it doesn't matter. Whatever Mayu says doesn't matter. Whatever Giulia says doesn't matter. When they're out of contract, then it's important to hear what they say. But I still believe that Mayu will probably stay in Japan. I don't see it. I don't think she has any desire to leave. From what I've read. But it'll be crazy. That'd be one of the biggest, probably bigger than the Asuka signing, and probably bigger than the Giulia signing. Yeah, it'll be bigger than Giulia. Mayu, she has a movie about her. They literally have a movie about her in Japan. She'll be the biggest Joshi signing of all time, I think. Yeah. She'd be the biggest signing of all time. Be quite shocking. Be like Orton going to AEW? Not the same. It'd be like Okada going to AEW. Keisuke Okada, which kind of happened, right? He was the face of New Japan, Okada, and he went to AEW. Now, Okada, there were a lot of people who thought it would never happen, right? A lot of people thought he would never go to America, but he did. And he had friends in the Young Bucks, right? The Young Bucks are his friends. He went to AEW. It was possible. If you get bored, if you want a new challenge, it's possible that Mayu might be like Okada and say, you know what? I'm going to go to America for a little bit. It's possible. Because again, nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw New Japan losing Keisuke Okada. Now, to be fair, that would probably mean that Mayu would probably go to AEW because of that relationship. The AEW Bushi Road, aka New Japan, aka Stardom, that relationship is strong. It'll be tough. It would take Rossi Ogawa, and Triple H who have the tag team to get her to go to America for WWE, not AEW. It'd be interesting. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Asuka and Mayu might be on the same par. I can't really speak to Asuka because I really wasn't paying attention at that time to the Joshi scene. So I can't say how big Asuka was at that point when it comes to like, oh my God, this big name Joshi's coming in WWE. I know she was considered the best at the time and all that. So I guess it is comparable. It is comparable, I guess. Asuka and Mayu, because Asuka was considered the best at the time. So I guess that makes sense. But this will be different because Mayu is the top of the Stardom brand and the top superstar for New Japan, for women's division, really. So it'll be equivalent kind of to Okada leaving. Not exactly the same, not as big, but that's kind of the equivalence. New Japan losing Okada to AEW. But then again, they're close. They're friends. Like they're like this. AEW and New Japan like this. So Yamina's cool. She's cool. I have no issues. I have no beef with Yamina Shirakawa. Not at all. Not at all. There's so much talent over there, man. My eyes have been opened. There's so much goddamn talent over there. Do you think the chances of Mayu appearing in AEW are slim? With how he talked to Rossi Ogawa? That's a factor. I even think about that. I forgot about that. I honestly forgot about that. Yeah, she knows that Rossi does not mess with Tony Khan. So that's why I think she'd probably stay in Japan. Because I think if she goes to America, it would probably be WWE. Because Rossi has a relationship with Triple H. in the company. And because Rossi hates Tony Khan or does not like him, it'd be a bad look for her to go there, I think, in her mind. So I would say yes, that'd be tough for her to go AEW. Anybody who is close to Rossi, very close, is not going to go to AEW. I don't think. I don't know how close Mina and Rossi are. I know Io is close to Rossi. I know Kairi Sane is close to Rossi. I know Mayu Iwatani is close to Rossi. I know that. Obviously, the folks at Marigold. Tommy, obviously. Sari, at this point, I would say. Sari is not working with Stardom, I don't think, anytime soon. She's a Marigold champion, so of course she's not working with the Stardom anytime soon. So yeah, Giulia, yeah, that's another. I think Giulia has always had her eyes on WWE. She said WWE has approached her like 3 years in a row. Like 3 years they've tried. I don't think AEW was ever going to be an option for her. They didn't even try. And I think it's always going to be WWE for Giulia at least. Let's wrap it up with this. So of all the Joshi talent, there are like 4 who have said that they potentially want to go to WWE. Got Koki Amare from Marigold. Very, very marketable superstar in the making. Got the look, has a presence, has aura. She said she wants to go to WWE one day. So that's one. Got Tomoka Inaba. Tomoka said for JTO, she said that she wants to go to WWE. She went to the WWE show in Japan and said, it's going to be me one day. It's going to be me one day. And Asuka said, come on down. So Asuka recruiting her. So that's one. So you got Tomoka Inaba. You got Kogi Amare. I think Starlight Kid is possible. That's a big get. That'd be a big get. Starlight Kid. I raved about her match with Saya here. Marketing machine with that mask she has. She said on IG that it'd be interesting to see. Like she went to WrestleMania, she said, I wonder how it'd be like to have my name chanted in this arena. She's talking about, what if I wrestled at WrestleMania? She also had another comment on Instagram that kind of hinted at, maybe there's a possibility for me one day, but not as strong as Tomoka or Koki Amare, not as strong, but as a possible for Starlight Kid. That'd be huge. That'd be a big get. That'd be a big get for WWE if they got Starlight Kid. He reminds me a lot of Io a little bit. She has some similarities to Io. So that's another one. So you got Starlight Kid, got Tomoka, you got Koki Amare, and then the last one. I think Sari is still possible. I think Sari will watch what happens with Giulia. She's going to watch it. I think she's going to have another shot. I think she's going to try again. She's only 28 years old, right? Sari is 28 years old. Sari. She's 28. She's only 28 years old. Mozilla is a freelancer. I don't count Mozilla as a Joshi. She's from Germany. She's a freelancer. She's not a Joshi. Sari, I think, is possible. She doesn't have a bad word to say about WWE. Not a single bad word. She has everything nice to say about them. She left on her own accord. She left on good terms. She said she's going to be watching, her own words, she said she's going to be watching Giulia in WWE. If Giulia's booked well and strong and good, that might entice Sari to one day stroll on over there. Right now, she's killing over there. She's killing it in Japan, but she might try to challenge herself in a year or two. She's doing great. She has her own shows. She's doing her own thing. She's awesome. She's my favorite, arguably my favorite Joshi right now is Sari. She's great. I think one day, good old Suri might stroll on down to WWE and try another shot. Her NXT run was not great. Not great. But I think the time will come where she will try again. Okay, she's gonna try again. And I will not count it out one bit. She's only 28, 2 more years. Like Giulia's 30. Giulia is 30 now. So 2 years, she can try to jump over again and try her luck. And this time under Triple H, with Giulia being pushed, this time I think it'll be different for her. I do believe that. So that's Tomoka Inaba, Starlight Kid, Koki Amare, and Suri. Those are the 4. All, well, 2 are special. 1 is on the come up, getting better, and the other one is also on the come up, getting better. Like, so there's 2 prospects and 2 official like badasses. Starlight Kid and Suri are established. They're great. They can go now. Koki Amare is coming along, and Tomoka is coming along as well. Well, those are the 4. What about Momo? I don't know that name. You talk about Momo Watanabe, or is that a different person? Let me see. I'm drawing a blank. Let me Google that real quick. Momo. Let me see the name. K-A-O-H-G-O. Oh, okay. I've seen her before. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure. I'm not that familiar with her. I'll openly admit. She's out of my radar. Was she was not in the Stardom. She's not in the tournament, right? Right? She's not in a tournament. I know nothing about her. I know nothing about her at all. She's not in the Grand Prix tournament. So I haven't watched much of her. But what did she say? Did you say anything about WWE? I don't know. How old is she, actually? I know nothing about this talent. Know nothing about her. Nothing. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar. Oh, she's 39 years old. No, the answer is no. The answer is no. No, it's not happening. Not happening. She's out of my radar. No, she's not happening. It's not happening. Now, another name. If Giulia becomes the NXT Women's Champion, do you think we'll be seeing her defending Asuka's? No. Won't go that long. Not a chance. I don't think it goes that long. It could, but I don't think so. Yes. Do I think Triple H is aware of Mayu? Yes, I think he is. It's hard not to. It's hard not to be. Yes. I'd be shocked. They're aware of Mayu Izani. Who is not? Who is not? Even I knew her before I got into Joshi Wrestling. I knew about her. So yes, they have to know. It'd be criminal if they didn't. They have to know. Who's the other woman name? I'm blanking on her name. Other Joshi who wrestles for. Oh my God, I'm blanking on her name. I'm terrible with Japanese names, for the record. What's her name? Oh my gosh. No, I already said her name. Starlight Kid already said her name. Talking about the chick I haven't said name. Who I haven't said yet. I haven't said her name yet. She wrestles. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I found it. No, not Nanayi Takahashi. No, not Nanayi. Sorry. Nanayi can stay in Japan. Yamashita. She's in America all the time from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Yamashita, she's always wrestling in America. She's always wrestling TNA Superstars and Megan Bayne. I think she is a legitimate possibility. She's always in America. She's always wrestling in America. I think if they made a run at her, she's wrestling for Bloodsport against Shayna Baszler, right? She had a match against Shayna Baszler recently. Did she? Jordan Grace. She's wrestling a lot of the talent that's in the mix for WWE already. She's already in that mix, already in that world. So she just wrestled Shayna Baszler recently. If I'm not mistaken. Mayu Yamashita is a legitimate option. Baszler. I'm not crazy, right? Oop, I spelled Baszler wrong. Yeah, she recently wrestled Shayna Baszler. See, I think she's a legitimate option as well. It's possible. It's possible. She's always in America. She speaks English. It's possible. There's a lot like Malachi Black. Those are 5. Yamashita, Starlight Kid, Koki, Tomoka. And why am I blanking on the last one? Oh, Suri. There you go. Those are 5. 5 options 5 legitimate options for WWE down the road. Yeah, she would cook in NXT for sure. She would. She really would. She would. Those are the 5. The biggest get of the 5 would probably be Suri. Then again, she's been in WWE before. So is it really? And maybe not Suri, because she's been there before. She has a relationship with them. She knows Shawn Michaels. She's been there. She's familiar with the crew, with the talent there. So that might not be the biggest get. She's the best of the 5, but it may not be the biggest get. Of those 5, the biggest get would be Starlight Kid for sure. Of those 5, it would be Starlight Kid. He is a staple. She's a pillar of Stardom right now. A pillar. He pretty much started her faction, Neo Genesis. She's like the de facto leader of that group. She'd be a huge get. She'd be the biggest, oh my God, get of the 5 I just named. For sure. She would be. Let me see real quick. She's young as hell, though. So she has plenty of time. Yeah, she's the de facto leader of this group. Of Neo Genesis, she is the de facto leader. She's like a pillar. I know that term is very popular right now. The term of pillar. She's a pillar right now of Stardom. She's like the de facto leader. She's not like a clear leader, but she's like the de facto leader. A big get. Starlight Kid. Big time get. I think it's possible. She's only like 23 years old. 3 years, 4 years, it could happen. For sure, it could happen. Oh boy. My NXT crush. Oh, if I talk about her, sure, I'll talk about her. She's not Joshi. She's an Asian American who learning American wrestling. But I'll talk about her, sure. She is we don't know if she can wrestle yet. I like her look. I like her. She is a looker. She has aura. Every time she's on the screen, gravitate her. My eyes look right to her. Your eyes will carry. She has gravity, right? Your eyes look to her. Every time she's on the screen, she has star power, natural star power. She needs to be able to wrestle and cut a decent promo. She can wrestle. She can cut a decent promo. Leigh Laurel, that's how you say her name? Leah Laurel? Whatever. If she can cut a decent promo, and she can go in the ring, she's going to take off because she has natural star power. You can't teach it. Okay? You can't teach it. When she's on the screen, go right to her every time. You can't teach that. When is she to be? Oh, it's far out. She just started. I think she just started. Like she's a rookie. She really just started. Like she's like 5 months away from level up, probably. Like no time soon. I don't expect to see her level up or anything anytime soon. Azumi has been wrestling in America for AEW. Now, does that mean she's not an option for WWE? Not necessarily. I think it's possible for Azumi, but I think AEW have a better chance there as well. So I don't know. I would like to think that she wants to wrestle at WWE. Her mentor looks up to Io Sky. So then again, Utami Hayashishita admires Io Sky, and she has no desire to go to WWE or America. Utami does. So Utami and Zumi might be the same situation. They admire Io Sky, but have no desire to go to America anytime soon. But again, things can change. Zumi's like 22, 23 as well. Like she's young as well. She's also young, so I mean, let me see. Azumi is 21. Jesus Christ, 24. My ass, she's 21. This woman had been wrestling for over 10 years. She's 21 and a legitimate veteran. She's been wrestling since she's like 13, 12. I'm sorry, 11. 11 years old. This woman is a veteran. She has way more experience than Roxanne Perez. She's 21 years old. 11 years old. Azumi is a wild veteran. She's 21 years old. It's insane. Insane. She's special, by the way. Special in ring. High speed queen. That's what they call it. The high speed queen. Very, very good. She'd be a get. A big get for WWE. Bigger than, from a marketing standpoint, Starlight Kid is bigger because of that damn mask. But if you ignore the mask, she's a bigger get than Starlight Kid is. She'd be a bigger get than Starlight Kid. If you ignore the marketing of that mask. She is a special talent. She is. Who's better in ring, Io or Bianca? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. Not falling for that trap. Not falling for that one. Yes, I agree. The reason why Stardom is like a lot of talent popping up with AEW because that relationship is there. It's easy. There's communication. There's a relationship between AEW and Stardom and AEW and Bushi Road. So therefore, that transition is very easy. They encourage it. They literally have their strong championship on Mercedes Moné. Now they created for her. They created that belt for her, so they put their biggest belt, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, they put it on Moxley. They put their top belt on Moxley for like a month or two. Even so, even if it was a month, that's still huge. That's still huge. I cannot imagine putting a top belt like that on a foreign talent. Even when NXT, even when the NXT belt, remember when folks saying, oh, Jordan Grace, you have Jordan Grace beat Roxanne Perez. Like, what? Like, why would you do that? For shock value? For the sake of shock value? No, don't do that. You should have somebody in your company beat somebody in your company for the belt. I'm sorry. Makes no sense to me. Well, let me take it back. I concede. It makes sense if you are a lesser brand, right? For example, Rev Pro. I'm going to put my belt on, I'm an indie show. I'm going to put my belt on Mina Shirakawa. Let her cook. I'm a CMLL. I'm going to put my belt on Willow Nightingale. Bigger company. AW is a bigger company. Okay, sure. Maybe that'll give us some brand recognition, some brand attention. Fine. But if you're WWE, what? Why? Now, New Japan, you could argue, they put a belt on Jon Moxley so he can go over to America and show it off for advertising. thinking like a month reign, took it right back. I guess they wanted to see how much money they can make or how much notoriety, how much like press or PR or good stuff they can get from that. I don't know. I don't know how much marketing you get out of that. I'm sorry, I don't know how much marketing you get from a 1 month reign from Moxley. I don't get it. Triple H does love the Joshis. He does. He does love the Joshis. I think Giulia will be treated like a god. She'll be treated like a god is in WWE. Because of that, think about it. What's the last time we've seen a talent in NXT that was champion? What, Io Sky in 2020? I think this push of Giulia will be special. I think everybody's keeping a close eye on it. Cerie's looking at it. Stardom looking at it. Margot's looking at it. All of the top Joshi talent we're studying and looking at what they do with Giulia. I think they're going to treat her like a god, and that might influence some new people to head over. Oh, wow. They're treating Giulia like that? That type of presentation? That type of build? That type of booking? Maybe I'll sign up. I'm a star. If I'm Koki Amare, I look like a star. I'm talented. I'm a taller girl. I can get that type of push. Why not me? I see it. Think Giulia had a good reign with that strong belt? I hear you. I hear you. The problem is, and Giulia speaks to this, she speaks to it herself. Giulia said that, unfortunately, it never really felt like her belt or her reign because of that dark cloud, that Mercedes Moné cloud. And because of that, the reign feels empty and hollow. So that's just how I feel about it. Those are her own, like, she herself said she needed to face Mercedes Moné. Never happened. So, you know what's funny? If Giulia would have stayed in Stardom, she would have dropped the belt to Mercedes Moné. That was the plan. Giulia, Mercedes, that was the plan. But she left before that can happen. So they put it on Stephanie Vaquer, and Stephanie dropped it to Mercedes Moné. But they were trying to do Giulia, Mercedes Moné. Mercedes beats Giulia. That was going to be the plan, but she left before that can happen. She got out of town. Giulia burned a bridge with Bushiroad. There'll be no Stardom Giulia reunion. That's over. She burned that bridge. She is clearly does not like Bushiroad. She's done with Stardom forever. And she's tied herself to Rossi. And that's done. No more Stardom for Giulia or Utami, really. Or Nani Takahashi is over. Hopefully Marigo will stay strong and be a good promotion and get more money and get more publicity and be a bigger brand. But yeah, Stardom is done for all those talent. I think. We'll see. Mirai, Utami, they're all done with Stardom forever, I think. Honestly. All right, folks, that's it for the stream. I went longer than I was supposed to go. Almost 2 hours again. I keep doing it. These 2 hour streams, it's got to stop. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, even if it's gibberish. Leave a comment just for the hell of it, just for the algorithm. No problem. Call you guys probably right before. Oh yeah, this weekend is crazy, right? This weekend is crazy. Got SmackDown, you got Capital Collision for New Japan, you got No Mercy, you got Bash in Berlin. My goodness, way too much wrestling. What answer? You wanted that answer. Well, what answer are you talking about? David, what answer are you talking about? What answer are you referring to? Hope Bianca gets a shine this Friday. She's not going to wrestle. She's going to wrestle on Saturday. going to be Nia Jax and Michin on Friday. I think Bailey's going to show up to interfere or help Michin. Gotta expect Tiffany to get involved. Oh, yeah. The 5-star GP finals is... Oh, yeah, it is. Wait a minute. It is semifinals and the finals. The semifinals and the final is this Friday. So you got Stardom, the GP finals here, 5-star. You got Capital Collision, New Japan, Momo and Mercedes Moné. You got main eventing. You got SmackDown. You got No Mercy. You got Fashion Berlin. Isn't another show for TNA? Doesn't TNA have another show as well? Quickly, let me see something quick. TNA has something, right? Sold Out. Emergence. My goodness. Sold Out. Emergence. This is live? It's live, right? Gotta be live. Yep, watch it live here. Live, Friday, yep. What's on this card? Why must everything be this? Joe Hendry, live on Emergence. What else is the actual card here? The champion. What's the card? Come on, Twitter, show me the damn card. Oh, is it Thursday? No, it's Friday. Friday. Let's see. TNA Emergence 2024. Here we go. Got Dolph Ziggler, aka Nick Nemeth, against Josh Alexander. 60-minute Iron Man match. Lord. 60-minute Iron Man match. Got Joe Hendry, the 8-man tag match. The Hardy Boys. Okay. Got Jordan Grace. The tag match. Okay. Interesting. Got Speedball. Right? Or not. No. I don't see Speedball anywhere. Wow. Okay. So I'm looking at the main event should be fun. That main event should be fun. Nick Nemeth against Josh Alexander. That should be fun. Joe Hendry match should be fine. But yeah, that's a lot of... Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. That might be too much. That might be... Yeah. 60 minutes, Nick Nemeth, Josh Alexander. That might be too much wrestling, man. That's too much. All right. That's it for the stream, folks. Thanks for watching. A lot of wrestling this weekend. Way too much, I think. But we'll see how it goes. Later. Oh boy, it's a lot.